Hey guys, Czar here. Good morning to you. Happy Friday, 9:29 a.m. About 20 seconds to go until the open of New York here on Freaky Friday, June 14th, 2024. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. You're looking at the Three Sisters as always. I know I repeat the same thing over and over again. My videos are incredibly boring. I do that on purpose. I believe in trading rituals, and they certainly work for me, meaning that repetition is the mother of skill. I think the same way every morning. I look at the same things every morning. I evaluate and analyze the same stuff every morning, typically in the same sequence every morning, as well as engage with my group and what have you. But here it is, guys. The market is open. You'll see that 1 minute open range forming. You can ignore those pink lines there, whatever, until the 1 minute candle's over. But this is the NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow 1 minute charts with VWAP. The blue line in the middle is volume weighted average price. Those red lines or orange lines, whatever they are, I'm colorblind by the way, are 2.5 standard deviations. I believe they're red from what I remember, somebody telling me. And they do look different, by the way. I can see that the blue is different than if this is red. I just sometimes get the labels a little mixed up. All right, here we go. That 1 minute candle closes in about 7 seconds here. 5, 3, 2, 1. Boom, there it is. And now we have the 1 minute open range right on VWAP. Very balanced open here today. See that 1 minute open range? That'll move out to the right as the session continues to play out here. Going to be very patient here this morning. I will cut out dead air, sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments, keep this video nice and tight. I'm going to ignore the Dow for the most part here, guys. The Dow 30 industrial selling off. We're basically in a bear market almost in the Dow. And of course, this is a tech-centered rally, and the NASDAQ doing much bigger things. Let's take a look. Here are the daily charts of the Three Sisters. NASDAQ, rampaging bull market, hit another new all-time high yesterday. The S&P almost hit a new high yesterday and dropping down a little bit here today. But look at the Dow, guys. We are not even close to an all-time high. The all-time high was right there. We are, in fact, today, we are, or were, 5%. We were 5% below the all-time high, right? It's obviously not a bear market, but you get the idea. Certainly on a relative basis, underperforming. Why? 30 industrials, price-weighted index, and whereas the NASDAQ is more of a, well, tech-heavy index and has always been known as such. There are other non-tech companies, of course, in it as well, but you get the idea. And so I am trading almost exclusively the NASDAQ here, guys, as my vehicle of choice, but really trading the Three Sisters as a composite, just using the NASDAQ as my vehicle of choice. Pushing up a little bit now here on the Dow, range bound or inside the open range, doing nothing on the S&P, and very similar here on the NASDAQ. As I mentioned, I'm going to be very patient here this morning, guys. It is Friday, Freaky Friday. I've had a very good week. As a matter of fact, a good run for the last 2 or 3 weeks. At the risk of jinxing it, the Razor's Edge model has been largely loss-free. In fact, I've had a few break-evens, I believe, in the last 3 weeks. Yeah, at least a couple, maybe 3 or 4 break-evens. Not even sure. They kind of run together. I do run several other models as well outside of the Razor's Edge with lower win rates, by the way, and I'm quite happy to admit that. I focus on the Razor's Edge model here in my Telegram group and on YouTube. It's probably the easiest one to learn, but not easy to learn, and has the most consistent results if optimal setups are chosen. And you can see that the way I trade here real time, you'll see I'll just do the same things over and over again, same kind of setups. It's probably very boring to watch, and I get that, but trading for me is not about having fun, although I do love the game. It's about making money and extracting profits. I'm not here for dopamine hits. I was in the first 10 years of my trading career, coming up on 40 years now doing that, which makes me old. Although I did start quite young at around 18 or so, 17 or 18. Back in the day when charting was done, well, nobody knew about technical analysis back then except for Schaubacher and Edwards and McGee and myself. Of course, Schaubacher was older than I am. And We charted by hand using a pencil and graph paper. Commissions were $125 on stocks, even if you bought one share. And $125 back then was a lot of money compared with today. And now you can trade almost for free, if not for free on some platforms. Different times. All right, guys, so here we go. Just going to be patient here. I'll put you on pause and bring you back if and when something happens here. All right, guys, bringing you over to the trading grid. We have an inside day here on the daily, and we had a doji yesterday. So very ranging market right now after the big push up for these 1, 2, and of course the big day here on Wednesday, which is to be expected after a big trend day like we saw on Wednesday. Pushing up, guys, above open range. And on the S&P, and the Dow is even above. Tempted here to go long, guys, on this pullback, but not loving the fact that we're getting into an area here. Let me just show you. I don't use a fib tool, but I'll do it for you since I know many of you do. Right there at the 50 and 618 levels on this move down in the London session. I'm not likely to do anything here right away. So I'm just going to watch and see how this acts for a while here. If we do push higher and then pull back to the open range, I may consider a long on a break and a retest in this rampaging bull market. Could make sense. Here we are, guys, pulling back now into the open range after impulsing above. This could be an opportunity. Buy stop order, guys, above current candle high. Stop below the open range. And I'm in. And I'm in. I'll fix this marker in a moment. Give me 1 second. There we are, guys. Pushing higher now. Looking for 1 R. Nice and simple. And there it is, guys. Very simple trade. Nice break and retest. Break above, continuing higher, 9 above the 21, above the open range. Rampaging bull market, inside day, permitting either longs or shorts. I had that unit of doubt here with the fib retracement, but of course the market open, anything can happen. So I looked for a little bit more confirmation on this, and that is that nice break, pull back to give me some resourceful structure to enter on, and then entering on the resumption of strength. Thanks for being here, guys. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you soon.